Welcome to another episode of Rise, Reclaim, and Renew. Hello, beautiful souls. I am your host, Joni Elizabeth. I am here to talk about life and designing your life. I want you to think about, are you living life by default, by what other people told you how you should live, or are you living it by design? Are you intentionally getting up and taking steps more into a life that you would absolutely be in love with? I'd like you to take a current look at where you're at right now. It is the results of your current belief system. And yes, there are things that happen out of your control. Many things you don't get control over, but it is also how you look at things. I want to read a few things that I felt were just really touched my heart, and it's so inspiring. This is from a beautiful lady by Dorothy Manin, Manin. She wrote a book when she was 90 years old. That is incredible. And I love what she said on here. Those of you that can see the visual, you can find it on YouTube, but um, she titles it My Recipe for Life. Fill each day to the brim. Sprinkle with friendship. We need that connection and good community. Add a hunk of empathy, and that is such an important thing to remember. Add a pinch of understanding. Always omit the advice. Bake in a huge, huge container of love, followed with fun, fun, fun. And she put some special things in here, like send a card or a gift to someone anonymously. How fun would that be? And to bring that back in. I know I have been blessed by some amazing clients that'll they'll show up and they'll, have a little card or a note or whatever, and I just receive it with joy. It just brings me such joy as I pour into other people and learn to just embrace the good that is poured into me as well. Call a friend, say thanks for being in my life. I like to do that. One of my friends, we have done that a few times now, just deep appreciation. Do an unexpected chore for a neighbor or someone the family or a friend. And I had this idea because my printer, I must have like, oh, I'm going to print out many copies of this book. Printed out many, many copies. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't want to print that many copies. But then all of a sudden I had this idea like, we're living life by design, not default. Instead of like, oh great, I wasted paper. Like, no, I can take this and maybe surprise some neighbors by putting this by their mailbox or somewhere where they would see it, that it might brighten their day too. So, what a beautiful gift to be able to share more love and light out there. Here's some other things that she wrote about. Call or write or email, or nowadays we can text your grandchildren, telling them how proud of them you are. Call, write, or email your grandchildren, and if you have great grandchildren, tell them how proud you are of them as well. Do that with your children too, for sure. Do something different than you have ever done before. Like a year or so ago, I tried line dancing. It was so much fun. I'm going to do that again. When you get dressed, let a little smile be the final thing you put on. Go into the garden and pick flowers for every room of the house if you have a garden. Slip a note of affection into your spouse's drawer or lunch or in his car. Learn to play a musical instrument that is new to you. Learn to ice skate. Turn off the TV and just enjoy silence. Again, this is all coming from she was 90 at the time that she wrote this, and it's a published book. I think it's so amazing. Take time to thoroughly enjoy looking deeply into the blossoms of your favorite flower. And then she put vote, vote, vote. When you vote, fill your soul with gratitude for the privilege. and to be able to enjoy your life, even the simple things. So we can get so lost in all the responsibilities, all the things that we have to do from our job to maybe if you're raising children to their activities to keeping up with technology and the changes and the often the side of who are you? Where are your dreams? Do you remember when you were growing up having special dreams or that, the someone that said, I want to be an astronaut or I want to be a fireman, I want to be a police officer, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a author. There's so many things, and those dreams often disappear over time because we have our default belief system, what we're told, who we're around, all we've ever known, and we have these often limiting beliefs. And before you know it, you could have many years go by and you're like, why am I just doing the same thing over and over again, getting the same results? And or you're in a transition in life. Maybe you had a recent loss of a job or a relationship or a loved one or kids, they move out and transition and creating their own lives. And this is hard to get your footing sometimes of who am I? What brings me joy? How do I move forward into that? So I'm going to give you a couple little strategies to help you over the next week, or if you want to share this, please do. It gets the word out to more people if you like and subscribe and leave a 5-star review, share it with friends. My intention is to help you to find your best life, to learn that you can create new, empowering ways of showing up for yourself and your family, but put yourself a higher priority. Take out your pen and paper or notes on your phone and write down what are things that I would absolutely love? Don't be afraid of them because your mind, your default could go to, I can't do that. I can't become that. Maybe you say you're too young or you're too old or you don't have the money. Stop with that. Put that aside and say, what would you really love? What's important if you could dream again? Again, early in the podcast, I shared about Dorothy's book that she wrote when she was 90 years old. That's so incredible. And I think when she was 82 or somewhere around there, she had always wanted to paint and she took up painting and created some beautiful, beautiful um, painted pottery and different things. You can do and become what you decide. It starts with you. So it starts with dreaming or having a vision. And when the old default comes up to say you're not good enough, you can't do it, it won't work, put that aside. Notice that that's what's coming up for you. Hold a little space for that. And then take some like 4 or 5 cleansing, healing, amazing deep breaths where you do 4 in and then you do about 6 or 7 out slowly. Do that 3 or 4 rounds because it clears the brain. It helps your nervous system to reset and heal. Go back to that question. What is it that you would love in your life? What would you be doing different? And what is one step you can take today that would be different than what you did yesterday? What's something you could do right now in this moment? You might go, oh, I could get up and stretch. I could spend 5 minutes journaling what's coming up for me. I could read something empowering and helpful. I could call a good friend. I could start a vision board and take steps on what it would take to get to that vision. You were made for so much more. Your life matters, your dreams matter, and you can dream at any age. Don't give up. I've watched many, many people of different ages for 3 days in a row in an amazing, amazing conference that I was in. And there were a lot of younger people, there were um, people in midlife, and there were many, many elderly people. And it showed me that, of all ages, people have dreams. People, I know this, you matter. You absolutely matter. Remember to think about, where'd you get your beliefs? Who told you? I did this video a long time ago, but who told you you could, couldn't, should, shouldn't? Made me think of when I was growing up and going, where did my dreams go? Now I have pushed through and fought hard for the current dreams that I have, and I'm so grateful to be helping more and more people, and I'm expanding that more exponentially now with my voice out there and touching you where you're at in the ways that would maybe inspire you or give you a message of hope. Never say never and don't give up. Dreams are given to you for who you're designed to be. Don't let other people define you. Don't let the past hold you back. Heal from it. Seek a trusted counselor, a coach, a combination. Don't just rely on AI. I want to put a plug in there that AI, I'm not against it. I did a big blog on it. I think can be very helpful. It can give you some insights or maybe some journal prompts, but it does not replace at all, nor should it ever, human connection, using your own creativity, your own dreams, seeking a real trained therapist. There's an art and science to therapy that no AI can replicate, or you cannot benefit to the highest quality of that. So you could bring in your blueprint of what you've been working on and talk to a trusted therapist that can help you navigate to creating more of what you want and letting go of the past. The past is the past. Shake it off. Grieve it. Yes, it's not as easy as like, oh, let me just wake up and everything's okay. It takes work and even baby steps. But just because the past is in the past doesn't mean that today can't be a better, brighter day. Or picking up some of the wonderful words of Dorothy in her book, I believe it was called 90 Ways to Have a Fulfilling Life. Great words of wisdom. Seek out social support. Sit with elderly people. Seek their wisdom. They have amazing wisdom and stories, and they have so much to offer, and so do you. You were made for so much more. There's only one of you, and you get to be the best you that you were designed to be. Until next time, and always, much love and blessings. Joni Elizabeth.